sports. It's in the game.
A very good evening and welcome to RPM Esports F1 Season 4 Round 8. We are in the Premier Division. It's Thursday night. You know what's to come. We're at Belgium, Spa, and we are in for a cracking racing tonight. We're just about to get started. We're on this track in Belgium, 4.3 miles of massive elevation, 19 turns, 3 detection zones, and we have had some great racing so far this week. Tonight we're joined Premier Division, and we're joined by 3 or 4 reserves that are making up the grid. So let's see what the racing has in store tonight. We're at round 8 in Belgium. The guys have just got out, and it looks like we do have a wet quali. I am joined by none other than my esteemed co-commentator, Dr. Jones. Are you there, sir?
Evening, Mr. Spritzy. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Got a bit tongue-tied there on the intro as I was looking to my left-hand side and the screen was showing rain. So that's going to be interesting. How was your day, and are you feeling well after your visit to the medical centre last night in the First Division?
Yeah, it's a good day. Yeah, absolutely fine. I tend to crash at pretty low speed, so yeah.
There is
how
a
these
rumour.
guys handle these conditions.
There is a rumour going around that you managed to save a massive crash last night and then just popped it into the barriers at about 2 miles an hour. But we will come back to that a little bit later. As is tradition, in the meantime, let's have a quick look at the standings as the guys first go out. So, Premier Division, as we look at the standings, here we are at round 8. Still leading the championship in first place is Banter Brandon in the McLaren with 261 points, being closed down by none other than the mighty fast RPM Colin in the Ferrari with 240 points, so 21 points behind. Right behind those two, and I think the championship is going to be between those two come the end of the season. So fighting for third place and last step on the podium for the championship. We've got Jetfish in third place in the Mercedes with 173. His teammate is right behind him, or not really right behind him, but 45 points behind him, in fourth place with 128 points. We've got Higgsy, the first of the 2 Aston Martins, in 5th place. We've got Brent in 6th place, the first of the Red Bulls. We've got Fretty dropping down to 7th place. We're on 84 points. We've got Giraffe in 8th place with 82 points. 9th place, we've got Backer in the other Aston Martin. And in 10th place, we've got Glassy. Luke deserves a mention there in 11th place because he missed the first 3 rounds, and he did DNF last round. So Luke needs to climb his way back up through. We've then got Maggot in 12th, Andrew in 13th. We've got Brian in 14th, the Entity, RPM Entity, as he's now known, in 15th. Ahmed in 16th, Ricard in 17th. We've got PTR, or whatever he's called these days, Evil Master, in 18th position. And we've got Jewel in 19th. So that is the championship standings as at the moment. In terms of the Constructors' Championship for the Premier Division, and you can now see that we've got a bit of rain on the right-hand side of your screen. In terms of the Constructors, we've got McLaren. Jones will be delighted about that. It'll be cracking open another Stella if that's what you can hear in the background. We've got McLaren leading the championship with 333 points. We've got Ferrari in second, so starting to close that gap a little bit. Luke needs to get his finger out and contribute to these points. And hopefully Mrs. Van der Melden will not take out the Hoover this evening and disconnect the 2 guys that are racing. We've got Mercedes in 3rd place, only 1 point behind the Ferraris of Al and Jetfish. And then we've got quite a big gap then going to Aston Martin with 197 points. And then another big gap to the Red Bull in 5th place with 121, followed by Williams and Alpine, AlphaTauri, Haas and Alfa Romeo. And then last but no means least, we do run an all tiers championship for RPM. This is all of the tiers added together. So this is Senior Division, First Division, Championship Division and Premier Division. These are not updated with First Division and Championship from last night because the man who does the scores unfortunately was too busy. So this is only with the Premier Senior updated. So we've got Aston Martin leading, Ferrari in second. So Luke and Colin will be looking to close that gap tonight. And then we've got McLaren in third, which is made up of Jones in First Division, Westy in First Division, and Banter and Glassy. So you might see Jones tonight a little bit more leaning towards Glassy and Banter. Red Bull in 4th, AlphaTauri in 5th, and Mercedes in 6th. So without further ado, we will move to the qualifying, and I'll rely on my fantastic co-commentator to bring us up to speed with what's been happening so far.
Well, Colin's put into an absolute stunning lap. It's tricky conditions because just seen Fretty getting on the curbs and nearly losing it. Also, we've had a reply. Richard has said the cables are plugged in this week, so hopefully Luke and Quinn will not have any problems like they did last week.
That must be Mr. Van der Melden. So just unplug the Hoover cable, the vacuum cable, and make sure that Mrs. Van der Melden doesn't do any vacuuming while we've got the race on. Because I know that Luke and Quinn, and Quinn's put a good lap in, he's in 4th. I know that they were disappointed in last week's race, but what else has been happening, Jones, as I bring myself back up to speed?
An interesting thing here is I know Ferg, he's up in second here. I think he's quite a quick driver, but he can't usually make Thursdays, so it'll be interesting to see how he gets on this week, because I think really he is Premier Division pace, and obviously he's showing that first lap out of the box there, as we see Brent also go up to 3rd.
We've got, interestingly, as I look at the TAS system, now we have had a little bit of a TAS problem this week. It seems like that on the latest patch of the game that TAS has been struggling to receive the correct data from the game feed, but it does look like it's repaired itself a little bit this evening. The weather is showing a wet quali, but we do look to have a dry race, so this quali may not represent
Brent's out.
Exactly what's going to happen in the race, as Brent's out, but he has got a lap in.
Yeah. And Banter has put himself up into second, a very, very competitive time, only half second off Colin. It's going to make things a bit more interesting, because obviously Colin's so quick and dry. This evens out that playing field a bit. It's where you can find gripping if you're out on track at the right moment.
I think Colin's going to be fairly quick in the wet as well.
He's still going to be quick.
I've got that really annoying feeling that he's going to be super quick in the wet as well. But you're right. It might close the gap a little bit. And I guess the other interesting thing is These guys, depending on what setup they've put on, will some of them have maybe put on a wet setup without looking at the race weather, or will they've all gone for a dry setup? I noticed that we do have another glitch in the game, thanks to EA Sports and Codemasters, where Parc Ferme is actually switched off for some drivers and on for others. So in between quali and race, some of the drivers are allowed to change settings. So we're obviously relying on the integrity and honesty of the Premier Division drivers not to make any changes for those that might. Obviously they're all, I mean, I can't imagine, Jones, any of them, can you? Actually, cheating the system. Ooh.
No, and
no comment.
Because you get so. I think the thing is that I'd find is because you get so used to not changing it or even having a look, some people wouldn't even notice. Like, I didn't even know that was a glitch at the moment.
Yeah, they've. I know they've seen it in the chat because it's been mentioned in the chat before the race. So hopefully everybody will stay whiter than white and pure. As Andrew pops a lap in there. Andrew's up into 6th place. I suppose we best have a look at the. Oh, let's get a bit of a spin on there. A bit of commentator's curse. Any surprise results so far? So we got Colin in first. We've got Banter Brandon in second, so there's no surprise there. Ferg, a little bit off the pace, although he's on a lap now, actually. He's about 2/10 up. So as Ferg comes across the line...
Yeah, I think as well.
He goes up into second.
Oh, Ferg's, yeah, second.
Yeah, good for... Oh, it's Colin.
As Colin extends the gap.
Was that the gauntlet that I just heard hitting the floor as Colin goes over the line? My goodness me, a 1:54. We've got Quinn, so just a quick moment talking about the reserves for this evening. So we've got Quinn reserving this evening. We've also got Big Puggy, who will now be in the shed having a quick smoke before the race, because he always quits and then starts from the back. We have also, I think we've got one other reserve tonight, which maybe we don't. It's Ferg. Ferg is the other reserve, sorry. Ferg is the other reserve, because he can't normally race on Thursdays, but he's found time to squeeze it in this evening. As Andrew goes into the pits, we've got Al, who's on a lap, 3/10 up at the moment, as he tries to get the power down. I imagine, oh, he's invalidated. I missed that bottom right. Sorry, Al, you're off screen. You've invalidated. Fretty's coming over the line. What we got with Fretty, has he improved? Nope, he's coming into the pits. That's payback for seniors when Fretty's on comms and everyone just keeps diving in the pits.
Yeah, as Jetfish puts himself up into third. Great time.
Yeah, it's 1:55.8. What's your thoughts on your McLaren teammates for tonight? Obviously, we know Brandon's going to be up there. What about Glassy? Glassy's got a good bit of pace. He could do a bit better than he's been doing, do you think?
Well, I think, yeah, obviously we've watched it this season. He's been there or thereabouts, and it's just maybe the odd mistake or an unfortunate incident. There's been quite a few races where he's been right behind Brandon for most of it, and then all of a sudden something happens, and that's it. I think that's what you see across these championships, though, isn't it? The consistency really wins out towards the end of the season.
I think Glassy's due a bit of luck tonight. I think he's been a bit unfortunate in the last few races, so we'll be keeping an eye out for him tonight. I know you'll be cheering for him. Obviously, we've got yellow in sector 1, but that might be somebody just letting the drivers through. Let's have a look at another driver, Maggot. So the Irishman Maggot, very, very quick driver. Any predictions for where Maggot might finish tonight, Jones?
That's another good question. A lot of it's going to come down to setup, isn't it? I've dodged that like a politician.
I know. Come on, get off the fence, will you?
I think personally he's going to be looking, the midpoints from 7th to 12th. That
was the most.
I've given you
that
as
was
many
the most.
positions
Come
as
on,
you can.
come on. That was the most meaningless answer I've ever.
Okay. He's going to finish exactly 11th.
Okay, 11th for Maggot. There you go. You heard it.
That's my prediction.
Folks, you heard it here first. So Maggot, 11th.
If that comes to fruition, yeah,
I think I'd rather
that's
you,
how it's going to finish.
I think I'd rather you just say, do you know what, Spritz? I've got no idea.
Yeah, well, this is the thing, isn't it?
Okay.
Everything I say is instantly proved wrong.
Okay, so next driver. What about RPM Entity? So I've seen RPM Entity have some good pace, but not really deliver the results as of yet. What are your thoughts on RPM Entity?
No idea. No,
Okay.
I'm joking.
We've gone for the honesty box.
He's quick, but I think too many errors come in. So hopefully, like Glassy's had, maybe do a bit of luck, like you say tonight. And obviously, if he can get a good lap in here, it can change things up. Because I imagine what's going to be happening in a race is if everyone's got that dry setup on, there's going to be pretty much no wings on the cars, so everything's going to be fast, a straight line. Whoever can nail those middle sectors is really going to find the advantage.
So we got in 17th place at the moment. We got Higgsy in the Aston Martin. So come on, Higgsy, get your finger out. What are you doing down in 17th? He's on a lap at the moment. Let's have a look what his first sector time is. As he comes to the end of the straight. Oh, he's 6/10 up. That's looking a little bit more promising, but then it was a 1:59. So I think Higgsy's got his dry setup on of 0 wings, and it's just not sticking in this wet weather. So let's have a quick look at the chat. So we've got Huss joining us in the chat saying, oh, this is going to be another great comms week. Well, let's hope that Fretty doesn't get locked together in some kind of love hold with any of the drivers again this week. We've got Mrs. Bold joining us. Very good evening to you. And we've got GFO Esports saying a very good evening. So having a little bit of a spy for the Nations Cup, which is on Saturday, I think, in Spain. So a very good evening to you, and very welcome in our stream. If you've got any comments feel free to drop them in the chat, especially if they are a bit of a joking approach to any of our drivers. Me and Jones will be more than willing to communicate those on the stream. It's not the most serious of streams, as you may have already gathered.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're looking for insights from me, it's not great.
Yeah, if you're looking for a really professional job, I think me and Jones probably wouldn't be the first in the queue. But if you're looking for a bit of entertainment on a Thursday night, bit of Premier Division RPM, we're your men. We're your men. Well, we've got nobody. We've got nobody on an. I'm trying to flick through. We've got Luke on an improvement. Luke is on the. Oh, Brandon. Brandon's gone back into second. Evil Master's jumped into third. Hello. Right, James, we need to get serious now. We've got some laps coming in.
But I don't know if you noticed, whilst we've been talking about different drives and stuff, Colin actually pulled basically a second gap to them, which Brandon has reduced now.
Backer's in the pits.
Yeah, so Backer's going to have to settle for 8th at most. And we got Ferg coming towards the end of his lap. See if he can improve. He's been up there with the guys
Colin
so far.
Again.
And he's gone even quicker.
Yeah, he's gone even quicker. He's obviously strapped the jetpack.
There we go. Another Jones prophecy instantly proven wrong, that they would be closer in the qualifying has really backfired within minutes.
I must admit, mate, I did think that at the time, and I thought, no, I'll let him carry on. I'll just let him carry on. Oh, Ferg, 2/10 improvement, but stays in fourth. I tell you what, Evil Master's put a great lap in there with a 55.3.
Yeah, and he's on another flyer. He must have crossed right at the end. So he's going to be the last one crossing the line. He's a 10th up. Was it 10th? Yeah, nearly a 10th up through the first sector. Jetfish is 500ths up through the first sector.
So we've got Wardy also joining us in the chat. Very good evening to you, Ferrari driver in senior division. Good race on Tuesday for Wardy, so nice to see you in the chat. We've got the Ferrari Don, the King, Richie Macy joining us, telling Luke to use the Force, Luke. So, I'm sure that he'll remember that, Richie. Thanks for that. But very nice to see you in the chat. Master of Evil. Oh, yeah, Evil. I see what you've done there, Richie. Yeah, a bit of a... Who appointed you as the comedian of RPM? Anyway.
And Jetfish goes
third.
into third. And we've got Glassy improving up to 6th.
Oh my goodness.
We've still got Evil Master.
Evil Master's on lap 8/10 improvement. This track must be drying out.
He's absolutely flying.
Yeah, it must be drying out. We must have Ferg behind him then. Ferg must be behind him in the Alfa Romeo. I think he is. I think he's 2 behind. I think they've got an Alpine after Evil Master as he comes through. Where's he going to put this? Steady on the throttle, short shifting. What's he going to go? He's 3/10, so he lost a little bit in that sector. Ferg is 6/10 up. Looks like he's just eased off a bit there. He's invalidated.
Yeah.
Invalidation.
Have we got anyone else? No, everyone else is out or in the pits.
That looks like the grid.
So
then.
Brent will be disappointed with that down in 15th. He's been having some good races this season. He's up there in the championship as well, I think, isn't he? So, yeah, he'll have a.
I think he's up in that after Banter. I mean, you've got the battle between Colin and Banter. Then you've got Jetfish and Al, and then just behind them you've got a battle with about 5 or 6 drivers. So, but I mean, we're only on round 8, so there's plenty of time left for that battle for 3rd place. Or although I do think Jetfish has kind of made his mark on that, I think that the main battle is more for 4th place. As we've got Richie in the chat asking, what weather is it for the race? So obviously you needed to tune in a bit early, Richie, because we've already done the weather forecast. But just because it's you, we'll go over it again. We've got a dry race with only 10% chance of rain. So there you go, Mr. Macy. I hope that makes you happy. End of quali. So we've got Colin and Brandon on row 1. We've got Jetfish and Evil Master on row 2. Oh my goodness, this makes for a very interesting turn 1. We've got Ferg and we've got Giraffe in the Williams up to 6th place. So he snuck that in there on the 3rd row of the grid. We've got Glassy in 7th, Luke in 8th. We've got Andrew and Quinn in 9th and 10th. Backer in the first Aston Martin in 11th. Maggot in 12th. Higgsy in 13th. Al, probably be a bit disappointed with that, down in 14th. We've got Brent, Entity, Fretwell, Rickard and Big Puggy, who didn't do the qualifying, in 19th place. I think I got that all in there. So formation lap is back on this evening. So I think after the last patch we were told that the PS4 sound glitches had been fixed and we've not experienced any problems with that so far this week. I don't know, did you have any issues with that in your race, Jones, yesterday?
No, none at all.
Okay, so
all good.
Good for formation lap. Gives us a little bit of time to get a breath. It is. I noticed on I think on Luke's stream yesterday that it is quite a long formation lap. It's a 1 minute 48 lap in the race anyway, give or take 1 minute 50 for me. But yeah, on the formation lap, it does give us a couple of minutes to have a look through. And see what's going on. What are your thoughts? Any predictions, Jones? Safety cars, pit stops, winners, losers? What are you thinking?
I mean, we had 4 safety cars last night, so safety cars is the easy one to go for.
How many? How many?
Maybe a couple of safety cars, I think. I'm expecting, my other prediction is, I think the 2 Aston Martins will have a good race here. Because Higgsy's up there in the championship as well. He's in that battle behind the Mercedes, so he's consistently been getting points. And I think him and his teammate Backer have often qualified down there, haven't they? And they've had good race pace. We've got a disqualification there.
Yeah, we got Fretty and Rickard already that are back on the grid. Yeah, I think one thing's for sure. I mean, we've been talking in the Aston Martin hospitality all week. Also known as we've got a Red Bull. We've got a Red Bull spinning off. We've got, what is going on? we've got a Red Bull spinning off. We've got an Alpha Tauri of I don't know what's happened there, just going past.
Maybe 2 safety cars.
Oh no, big
You know?
Big Puggy seems to be. I don't know if he's in AI, but he's just taking everyone out. Yeah, and I know that can't be Puggy driving. Absolutely no way.
Unless he hasn't tweaked it to formation lap. With it being
Oh
for the
no,
last few
no,
weeks.
mate, surely not. No. Oh no, he's right up the back of the Aston Martin. No, now he's just realised. No, that's impossible. He must have been in AI, surely. He's jumping about everywhere. I'm hoping that's not my connection, and that's. Because I was on Puggy because he was last on the grid, so I thought I'll stay on Puggy and then watch it round all the way through. But yeah, it's just caused chaos. He's taken out four drivers. Oh dear. Oh my goodness. This is going to be interesting in the chat afterwards.
Oh, I bet he couldn't believe his race start there, thinking I'm flying through here, and people.
I think. Do you know what? I think that you might have called it right, Jones. I'm wondering if. No,
It'd be hilarious if that was the case.
I'm not sure, mate.
Is he in his grid position as well here?
Yeah, he's in his grid
Yeah,
position. So I don't know what's happened there. I've never seen anything quite like that. Anyway,
It
right,
looks like he might have figured out in sector 3 that it was.
Let's have
formation.
a look. So we've got the start of the race, Premier Division, round 8. Waiting for the lights. Just waiting for.
Look at that Mercedes.
Just waiting for Big Puggy to put his fag out.
Jetfish is pointing so far to his left. He's going to be trying to get right in and cut Brandon off before that first corner.
I think we've got a glitch lobby. Something tells me we've got a glitch lobby. We're waiting patiently. We did have this one week where we actually waited for about 2 minutes.
Yeah, and then it did go in anyway.
Anyway, in the meantime, let's have a look at these cars. We've got Sinful joining us in the chat saying, let's go Mercedes. Well, we'll take at the moment, let's go anyone. Because we are... is it stationary on your screen as well, James?
Yeah, everyone is just sitting there at the moment.
We've got
And
Smith.
we've got Glassy leaving. Yeah, so I'm guessing there's going to be a restarted lobby here.
We've got Smith saying this doesn't seem right. We've got Wardy saying that all those that DSQ messed it up, lol. No, I don't think they did. I think Puggy took them out. And we've now got a new screen waiting for players. This has not happened before. And it looks like it may be Puggy's connection.
Yeah. We'll figure out what's actually going on here.
If it's going to happen, it's going to happen on Thursdays. You saw it here first. Oh dear. Well, we might have to go to a commercial break, Jones. It's a good job I've got all the RPM merchandise adverts prepared. This is
It's definitely looking that way.
Yeah, this is not happening, is it, at all? We've got the Taz is not helping us either. Let's have a quick look in the Discord. We've got Brandon saying that he's on a black screen waiting for Puggy. We've got Backer saying he's the same. Andrew saying me 3. Entity saying the same. It's the same for us in the comms booth. And Big Puggy has now left the session, which might mean that we get back up racing. It's migrating the host. Colin has left.
Yeah, the problem is we had Glassy and stuff leave, didn't we? So this is Oh, and there's a big crash anyway. That was quite exciting.
Oh!
I mean, it's all AI, I assume. We get to see something a bit different here. It's Demolition Derby before we get into the actual racing.
Are you sure that this is not seniors? Looks like it.
Oh, and look at that! Look, it's like It's a complete pile up. Obviously, this is not the actual race, just for anyone who's watching.
Yeah, but we'll take it. We'll take it for now.
Oh, and Jetfish is also out there.
Yeah, we don't know whether this is AI or whether this is.
I tell you what, though, my prediction of Higgsy having a great race has really come to fruition. He's up in second.
With 94.
Unfortunately, it just won't count.
With 94 seconds of penalties.
94 seconds?
Oh, it's only a joke.
I was going to say, oh, he's got a drive-through, though. May as well be.
So we don't really know what's happened. So I think on the basis that we know we're going to get a restarted lobby, we will move away from that, but we will stay with the... I think we'll stay with the stream, James, because I don't know how long this is going to take, but it'll save doing a new stream.
Yeah.
So let's quit out of here. So we will leave the championship standings on and we will pause for a moment. We'll mute our microphones and we will restart very, very shortly. So apologies for this, thanks to EA and Cody's, and we will be back with you as soon as we get a new grid formed up. And it looks like we're back. We have the guys readying up. I don't know if Co-Coms is still there or if he's gone for another few Stellas.
Yep, still here.
There he is. There he is, the man of the hour. Oh, that sounds like a bit of it. What you having? What you having, James? What you having?
It's actually just H2O tonight.
Oh, really? Oh, you've got a big Excel day tomorrow, have you? A few spreadsheets in the morning.
Yeah. You know I love it, yeah. Some spreadsheets and data to pour over after a night of tasks.
You can't beat a few spreadsheets, mate. For the man who taught Microsoft how to put the spread in the sheet. Yes. So quite disappointed there, James. I usually find myself pouring a drink on a Thursday night because I'm on comms with you, thinking, well, James is having one, so I need to have one.
I'll make a promise that I'll be back on the Stellas next week.
I didn't realise that you did a bit of water in your spare time.
That I actually keep hydrated from time to time.
Oh, I like it, mate. I like it. Yeah, fair play. I might take a leaf out your book there.
Yeah, you'd think I was never like that with the way I drive on this game.
I thought you had.
People say they're warming tyres up.
Do you only have Stellas on race nights?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Right, we've got the driver. The drivers have set their strategies. I know that in the Discord, someone was asking to please leave plenty of time. Which I'm not sure that was a lot of time, really. But nevertheless, we're down to 10 seconds. We get the formation lap again. Obviously, for purposes of the stream, I'm going to zoom in on Puggy because I want to see if he did actually realise it was a formation lap. As we go, here we go. Formation lap back on. Good.
Yeah, we'll see how we go this time. I'm going to go on board with Puggy just to have a little look. That looks pretty normal. He's going side to side. That's tyre warming and not racing from what I can see.
That looks far better. Right, let's have a look at the tyres. So we've got Colin on the mediums, Banter on the mediums in second. We've got Jetfish and Evil Master on the mediums. Ferg, split strategy against Colin. So Ferg is the first driver on the hards. So that's going to be interesting to see how Ferg stacks up in the first few laps of this race. We've got Giraffe right behind him on the soft, so we've gone the totally opposite end. Great qualifying from Giraffe, so Giraffe must be banking on an early safety car. We've got Glassy and Luke on the mediums. We've got Andrew also going for the hards. We've got Quinn and Backer on the mediums. Maggot on the hards. Higgsy, split strategy with his teammate. He's also on the hards. Al is on the mediums. We've got Brent on the mediums. RPM Entity on the hards. Fretwell's gone for the mediums. That's not like Fretty. Fretty usually starts on the hards and then goes to the mediums and tries to work his way through. Some would say that he just copies Phil, and whatever Phil does in seniors, Fretty follows suit. I know that he'll absolutely hate me for saying that. We've got Rickard on the hards and Big Puggy, as usual, not racing the cars on the formation lap, which has made a nice change, also on the hards. So, as the drivers come through, what do we think the question for you, Jones? Giraffe in 6 on the softs. What lap do you think he will pit if there's no safety car?
Okay. Lap 7. That's what I'm going for. Straight out there. No hesitation.
Straight in, mate. Straight in. I'm respecting that accuracy.
I've got a few predictions here tonight, haven't I? Maggot's the 11th. Lap 7 for the soft. Let's see if it comes to fruition or I'm proven wrong again. They're going to be waiting quite a while. We're still...
If you get those right, can you just let us know on the stream what the lottery numbers are for tomorrow? Oh, Luke.
Absolutely.
Luke, first driver not to get the parking right. We've got Quinn, Backer. Al also didn't get the parking right. Rickard and Puggy. And Puggy's made it. So let's go back now to the front. Let's have a look. See what kind of... We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights, and finally, Premier Division is underway, and off you go, Jones.
Okay, let's go.
Oh, seamless. Seamless. As we come
Oh,
in.
and we've got Brandon attacking straight away around the outside. Bit of coming together with Colin. Brandon's through, and Jetfish is through. But Jetfish always has such good straight line speed. He's going to be right up with Brandon, and we've got Evil Master and Ferg side by side. Oh, it's Ferg spun.
Ferg spun. It's those odds. It's those odds.
Yeah, and hopefully he's not caught up anyone in that. We've got Glassy and Giraffe having a little fight.
Collins
Giraffe's already up a position.
Collins got past. He's got past Jetfish. So we missed that as well in the same. I'm gonna have to jump on board because I find it loads easier to do it on driver view. Evil Master just dropping off slightly. Letting these tyres. We've got Giraffe. Giraffe's just keeping in there.
Yeah, and he'll find the advantage in his middle sectors, or the middle sector, on those softs where he's got the extra grip, and you can see he's gained on Evil Master. He's closing up to front guys, and Glassy's trying to go with him here, and Luke and Quinn. We've got the two brothers right beside each other on track.
That could be disastrous. We've only got, looking at the damage on the Taz seems to be working absolutely fine. So we've only got Fretty with a tiny bit of wing damage on the front wing on the left, only 3%. So that probably won't affect him on a circuit where it's quite low downforce anyway. And Ferg did not pick up any damage on that spin. So that's good news. We're in for a race. We're in for a race.
And Jetfish is starting to drop back from this battle up front a little bit.
Yeah, he's dropped off to 8/10, but I think the key here is on. Oh, yeah, he got that a little bit wrong there in Eau Rouge. Evil Master's going to close up behind him.
Yeah, and Evil Master, after being caught by Giraffe, he seems to have really got his tyres into the window now, and he seems to be getting after Jetfish here.
One question that we got to ask about Evil Master is, and I know that everybody in the chat is really desperate to know, is can he actually finish a race?
Well, yeah, and we've seen it a few times this year. He's been super competitive, and just had a moment and not got through. He obviously hasn't started many of the last few races, but hopefully he'll bring it home today and have some good points there as well.
He's certainly got the pace, and it was his 16th birthday, I think, last week, as he took great pleasure in telling everyone in the Discord. And he did get a new wheel, so I'm hoping. Well, we've got yellow in section 2.
Andrew spun right in front of Backer. Backer did well to avoid it. Yeah, maybe he's got a new level of maturity here with that 16th birthday. We've got a yellow flag again. I think that's still Andrew getting turned around. So Ferg's back up a position. And it's tight gaps at the moment. It's, I mean, they're a bit separated in some areas, but it's like 3 or 4 drivers in one group. As Colin's getting very close to Brandon here, and DRS is going to come into it now, but Brandon got an excellent exit out of turn 1.
Oh, Colin will be loving this. He'll be absolutely loving this. Here he goes, DRS.
Yeah, and Brandon's going to keep that position.
Let's have a quick look further downfield at the closest gaps. So it looks like Al, we've got Al making a move on the inside of Luke. Going too wide.
That'll be the inside to this corner.
Nice and clean as Luke goes around the outside. Luke keeps it lovely there. Al thinks better of it. Or Luke's gone a little bit wide. He left the door open. Woo! I know Al, he'll stick his nose in there. Oh, a little bit of a tap. Nope. He's waiting.
Yeah, and Brent and Backer are catching these guys whilst they're battling quickly. Brent's right up behind them now. And the other one here that I'm seeing is Evil Master is... Oh, we just had a bit of a moment, but he is closing on Jetfish. He'll be in a DRS range for the next lap.
The one thing that I did notice on Tuesday, and I saw a little bit of it last night in First Division, is that these mediums, when they go, they seem to really go. Like
Yeah,
I don't know
completely
whether,
drop off the
yeah,
cliff.
I don't know whether we're going to see that tonight, but it seemed I couldn't quite get my head around it on Tuesday. Like usually you get a bit of warning, but they just seem to like disappear straight away. Always Al looks to the inside. And now we've got DRS enabled. Let's have a quick
Yeah, and we've got the
look
Alfa
back.
Romeo's doing battle as well. Ferg up into 17th
Got yellow
now.
in sector 3. Looks like it's is it a Williams?
It's no, sorry, it's Backer. It's Backer. He's spun at the
Back
bus
spun on the
stop
exit.
thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
Dookie.
And he was going quite well. And we've got Ferg now back up. He overtook Rickard, and he's showing great pace on these hards now. Catching the guys ahead. And Colin still hasn't been able to get that move done in the DRS zone.
Yeah, we're on board with him. We're on board with him. I think Colin is just biding his time. He's got that gap to Jetfish, 2.5 seconds.
Interestingly, they're both. It's like a bit of a game of cat and mouse, but they are both on similar ERS. I think they both know that this is going to be a race-long battle. There's no point, like you say, panicking and trying to make a move that's not there. But they are dropping Jetfish now, 2.6 seconds behind. Evil Master's hanging on in there. Giraffe's dropped back from them a bit. I imagine his tyres are starting to feel a little worse than they did at the start. He gets a bit too much curb and looks a bit out of shape.
Well,
and Glassy's now catching him.
He obviously can't pit till lap 7 because that's what you said. So he might be feeling a bit of Jones pressure there.
Hopefully it would be like a situation with Brandon where he's got the AirPod in and he can hear the strategy we're giving him.
He might treat your advice like Jeff. Like I usually just let it in one ear and out the other.
Absolutely, the best thing to do at times.
Yeah, Glassy is definitely. This is a bit more like it. This is what we saw in Australia from Glassy. Glassy, first round. I don't know if you remember that far back, but Glassy was absolutely on fire in Australia, and I thought, wow, he's going to be one of the championship contenders up here with Bandon and Colin. He's going to get. He's going to get DRS.
He's going to get him here.
We're going to stay on board for this. This is going to be slight lift through Eau Rouge.
Oh, and I tell you what though, Giraffe was on those
no
old
lift.
softs was
No
pretty
lift.
committed through there, wasn't he?
Here we go. He's not going to get it. No, he's not.
I think
going
the
to
thing
get
is
it.
though,
Too far behind.
if you can't get that exit as well as the other driver, because no one's running wings, they've got such amazing top speed anyway.
I think Glassy might be running a bit higher downforce here than Giraffe, because he seems to be closing right up on these tighter corners in sector 2. Oh, he's got a good exit there. He's never going to go for it into Puon, surely. Nope. Whew. Yeah, you can't. Oh, as Giraffe goes wide, Premier Division can't put me and Jones through that again another week. Not after last week. Let's.
Yeah, and he's having a look now. Glassy, it's going to get close. He's probably going to try and time it out of these two corners and into that bus stop chicane, and you can see.
Got yellow in sector 3.
Jetfish spun. He spun. Oh, he's coming back on track. Right through the guys.
Ooh, that was close.
I think. Yeah, that was.
I don't think I've ever seen anyone reversing into a dangerous position.
No, that was not the safest of rejoins, but we'll brush that under the carpet for now. We've got Ferg back up into 13th, absolutely flying.
No! Giraffe has just
Giraffe.
literally just disappeared. What?
On those tyres.
What
And if those
has
tyres
gone
gone,
there? They've gone. He's holding out for that lap 7, Jones. That's your fault. I'm blaming you on that.
Somehow I don't think it's going to be lap 7 anymore. And
It's just gone. It just completely disappeared out of view. We were on board with Glassy. Glassy's up to 4.
oh, and Colin's through.
Colin is through. Race lead has changed hands.
Sorry to cut you off there,
No,
but
it's
yeah,
all
it's
right, mate. It's all right. Yeah, no, you go for it.
crazy that. And Jetfish back through on Freddie. The big winners so far, Al and Brent, up 9 places each into 5th and 6th. The big losers are the bottom 3, although Quinn is in the pits. down 8, 7 and 9 respectively.
And looking at the gaps, apart from those couple of 4-second gaps, I think Ferg is working his way through here.
Well, Andy's on the hards, isn't he? So
Yeah.
he'll have...
Yeah.
He's done really well to get himself back in, because obviously he had to watch coming back on track and let the whole field go.
And one safety car can change everything, because if he's going to do the second half of this race on mediums, that could make and everybody above him except Higgsy is going to do it on hards. That could make a big difference as Fretty gets a great run out there. I'm looking at, has Jetfish got damage?
Well, he definitely spun it. He was in the barrier round there.
No, he doesn't have
Oh,
damage.
sector 3, yellow flag. Who've we got there? Giraffe again. Those softs are finished. He'll be pitting this lap. Well, it is lap 7 now.
Penalty. It is lap
So,
7. Not for him, it is for Colin.
Yeah, I'm going to take that one. I'm
Okay,
going
you can
to
have it,
take
you
it.
can have it, you
I
can
need,
have
I need any win I can have after my dinner last night.
You can have it.
Yellow flag in sector 3 and Andrew's out. This could be the safety car and Rickard. So where's that happened?
Safety
That's
car.
happened at the bus stop chicane and they've collected each other. And I tell you who this plays in the hands of nicely. Well, to get back up to where he was, Ferg, however,
could be.
started on the hards.
Could
Those
be
mediums won't make it to the end here.
No, the mediums.
think.
The mediums will do about 11 laps maximum. So I'm guessing somebody like Colin might take the mediums. What this is going to do, this is going to absolutely mix things up because Colin is going to pit. I think we're fairly sure Colin's going to pit.
Well, I think the top 7 I think will pick because they can go on to hards.
I'm not sure all of them will. I'm not sure all of them will.
I think
Because
for
if you saw last night in Championship, a couple of drivers took the mediums really long, like Law. He took the mediums really long and then went on to the softs. So I wonder if any of these drivers are going to take the gamble of taking these mediums to Law did. Sorry, I tell a lie. Law did 14 laps on his mediums last night, and I think he pitted on lap 15. So 11 laps is not correct. They can do more than 11 laps.
So maybe we'll see how Ferg picks himself up a 3-second penalty. So we'll see if those hard runners decide to go for mediums as well. 'Cause you'd imagine we'll be back racing by lap 9, so they're going to have to do 13 laps.
Colin's in. Brandon's in. Evil's in.
Evil Master.
Glassy, what are you doing?
Glassy.
Stay out, Glassy. Come on, make it interesting. Glassy's in.
No, Al's in.
Al's in.
Brent's
in.
Luke's in.
Luke's in.
Higgsy stays out.
Come on,
And there we go.
Higgsy! Yes. There we go.
Fretty's in. We got Ferg coming in. I think everybody is pitting, bar Higgsy. Backer's coming in, but Backer, he'll be able to be on the same strategy as the guys in front. He'll be back in the race. Can he make up the positions? Because he was having a great race there before he spun off.
I think if he can take these to the end, which Law would suggest he could, then I think Ferg might be in a really good position here on the mediums.
Oh yeah, and he'll be quick on the first 4 or 5 laps.
Yeah,
he'll
they
be
do
really
take a
quick
bit
with
of-
them.
Colin's got out ahead of Higgsy.
I was just about to say, and
Yeah,
Higgsy's
that's 'cause of-
splitting
that's 'cause
Brandon
of-
and
yeah,
Colin.
That's because of how short the pit lane is here, isn't it?
Yeah. And obviously that brings Evil Master into it. Puggy up into 5th. Give him a quick mention. Great drive so far. Kept it clean when there's been a lot of chaos around. But obviously he does still have to pit, and so does Higgsy. Everybody else can now go to the end. If they can make it on tyres.
Yeah, Puggy deserves a mention. Just for that first formation lap, if nothing else.
I tell you what, he was absolutely flying. He was making the Premier League Division
he'll-
drivers look
he'll-
extremely slow
He's gonna.
on information that.
I think first of all, he's going to really enjoy watching that back, but I think not as much as he's going to enjoy your theory that he didn't realise that it was a formation lap. Honestly, that's amazing.
I think that's what we need the update on next week.
We do. Puggygate is there. we've got a new dilemma to discuss next week. We'll do an interview with Puggy to understand exactly what happened on that formation lap. We've got Cosmo joining us in the chat saying that he thinks Evil will be out in 3 laps maximum. Why? Have you been training him, Cosmo? I'm not sure. And then we've got Smith joining us as well, fellow Aston Martin driver, saying, let's go Higgsy. Yeah, I'm with you fully there, as Higgsy looks to be jumping about all over the place. So, yeah, Higgsy's still got a pit, but who knows, could be another safety car. We'll jump off Higgsy in a minute because he was just jittering around. Evil Master's having a great race here on the new wheel. I do really sincerely hope, even though I've not forgiven him for that brake check in China in RLH C6. But anyway, that's by the by. I do hope that Evil gets to grips with his new wheel because he's got great one-lap pace, and if he can just put it together in a race, it would be awesome to have him back week in, week out, fighting for positions. I know that you were a particular fan of his back in C6. Weren't you, Jones?
Yeah, we had a few coming-togethers, but I mean, he's a bloody quick driver, isn't he, Evil? It'd be nice to see him get some good points today. It's always nice to see someone else get some points. And he's been a bit unlucky this season, to be fair.
He has. No, it would be awesome.
Evan a diplomat now. Another politician answer for you.
Tonight you've been a spreadsheet genius, a diplomat, and a politician. All rolled into one. I think. Have you ever thought about being an MP by any chance?
Well, that would end in disaster, wouldn't it? If I managed it the way I drive.
You could be the education secretary.
Transport secretary, hopefully.
Yeah, education and transport secretary, knowing all about spreadsheets and how to catch a train, drinking a can of Stella. There you go.
Absolutely.
I've got some quite big glitches on my screen. So I am hoping that this is not another glitch lobby. All the cars.
I could see it on Higgsy's car.
Yeah,
everyone
me
else
too.
seems pretty okay for me.
Higgsy's was the worst, and he's still. Yeah, I'm sorry for those that are joining in the stream. Cosmo's obviously joining the chat, saying Spritzy president. I've got no idea what you're talking about. But then again, that's nothing new because we don't really understand what Cosmo's talking about anyway. So, big Puggy.
Absolutely. Back to the racing though. Safety car in this lap.
It's in, which is good because that means we don't have a glitch lobby. So that is good. Just gonna
now
have
the question is, when does Colin go?
Well, you keep an eye on Colin. I'm going to have a quick look downfield. So we've got Jetfish in 10th, who had that spin. We've got Fretty in 11th, who's gone on to the hards. We've got Ferg on the medium. So Ferg's going to be looking to get his way through. We've got Maggot in 13th, who's got 2 more positions to finish before he gets to Jones's prediction of 11th. We've got Entity in 14th. Backer's got good pace around this circuit. And then
Colin's gone.
Colin's gone. Let's go back.
We have got back, like you said. I think Backer will be looking to make his way back through the field. He looked like he had good pace before that spin, and obviously Brandon now needs to contest with Higgsy on those older hards in front. He'll be hoping to make short work of it, and he's got a great exit there. They could be side by side going through Eau Rouge here.
I'm really hoping.
Looks like he's backed out of it.
I'm really hoping that Brandon's not seeing the same glitches that we are. Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Looks like it's stabilised.
Gets it done smoothly. Yeah.
As one wing would say, he gets the job done. As Higgsy drops back into third. Evil Master's just off the back of this. He'll just be keeping a close eye out. We've got
Sinful saying in chat, where is Spritzy Pinkham on the pit wall?
Yeah, well, we can't disclose the comments that were made after the Natalie Pinkham gate. So, but we'll try it. We'll try it again on another week. Sorry, Simple. No, sorry, we can't We can't be everywhere. We've got racing to cover. You just distracted us now. Hey, look at Brent. Brent's up to 5th. What a race Brent's having
he's
here.
absolutely flying.
Oh, Brent's going to be loving this, and right in front of him, he can see he's got Evil Master and Higgsy, and Higgsy's going to be trying to take those hards for another probably 5 laps. Is he going to go hard soft? Higgsy might go hard soft, and then I've got to jump on board with this. Evil Master, is he going to dive into the bus stop? No, he's not. Ooh, bit of 16-year-old maturity kicking in. I like it. As Colin sets fastest lap. Brandon 1.7 behind.
As Jetfish has got Glassy as well, and he's going after Puggy. He's going to get 2 in one straight, and he's right behind his teammate now.
Yeah,
so
there might be a bit of team orders.
Exit here.
I don't think there's going to be any DRS
seems
for
to have had the
another
pace.
couple of laps, or another 1 lap, sorry. So,
No, and I tell you what, Evil Master, he's really used up a lot of his ERS. He's only on 30% here.
Oh, he slated me in the past for that as well.
Yeah, and Colin's used up quite a bit of his. He's down at 45% compared to Brandon on about 65. So Colin's really pushing to get that gap and not even give Brandon a chance of DRS here.
Evil Master dropping
Evil's
it to
still right on the back
6th
of
gear.
here.
But Puon, is he going to go? He's going to look down the inside. Here we go. He's going on the inside. No!
Oh, no!
No, he's facing the wrong way. No! Smoke. Oh, nice spin. Oh, no. Commentator's curse. And he's down in
Absolutely.
16th. I don't think Higgsy did a lot wrong there, to be fair. I don't think he did a lot wrong. I think he just followed the line, left some space, and I think it was a little bit of understeer that kind of pushed Evil into Higgsy. But I'm no steward, so don't shoot the messenger. Oh, look at Brent.
It's a tough place to get it completely done. And Ferg and while all that was happening, Ferg and Jetfish battling, and Ferg is passed wheel to wheel through the chicane. Jetfish is going to have a look back up the inside, thinks better of it, gets close to the back of him, and Ferg is now going after his teammate, and he's absolutely flying. And we got Glassy coming up through the field now, because he's looked like he's had really good pace today, Glassy.
Yeah, well, I can't work out why Glassy's dropped back to 9th. Has Glassy had a spin or something?
I'm trying to figure that out.
We must have missed that.
I think he would have been double stacked with Brandon in the pit lane.
Ah, okay. Yeah. That's why you do spreadsheets.
Because he wasn't too far behind.
That's why you do spreadsheets and I do graphics. Because you've worked that out already. He got double stacked.
That's what I imagine has happened. I think they were... Because he was in 3rd at that point, wasn't he? He just got passed.
Yeah. I thought Glassy was on for a podium. Whereas now I think Brent's looking favourite because you've got Higgsy who's got a pit. You've got Big Puggy who's got a pit. I mean,
don't forget he's in a net 7th because Higgsy's pitting. Yeah, like you're just saying, repeating exactly what you just said.
Yeah, it's all right. We can do subtitles as well if you want.
Yeah, absolutely. We got Ferg really closing up on Al here. He's dropped Jetfish. And if he can get past this, he could well be looking at a podium place here because Higgsy is under massive pressure from Brent.
He is. I'm on board. Brent's going to go round the outside, which will give him the inside to the second corner of the bus stop. Higgsy doesn't fight it. Obviously knows that Brent's on fresh tyres.
And Al's onto the back of it.
Oh, and Al can smell it. He's thinking, let's have a look at this. Oh, the outside. Right, T1. Oh, Glassy, come on.
Glassy spun.
Can't cut to it.
I've got a battle going on.
I can't cut to it. I've got Al just touch it. Al touching an Aston Martin. I've never seen that before. And Higgsy and Al going too wide through a ruse, and Higgsy spun. And Higgsy spun his top third. Oh, that's got to be a safety car.
It's
a safety
definitely
car.
a safety car.
What is it about these Mercedes and the Aston Martins? They just
Mercedes and
they're
Aston Martin
they like
again.
magnetised together. They can't leave each other alone. Oh, this is played right into the hands of Glassy. So what we're going to get here then? So we've got Colin on 5-lap old hards. He's already used his mediums. These guys are going to be staying out, aren't they? These are going to be staying out. Nobody's gonna gamble on softs. 3 laps under the safety car would be lap 15, 16. That would give us
out.
6 laps maybe. 6 laps on soft. I'll tell you what, Jones. This is possible.
I tell you what, who I think
possible.
might do it. I think Glassy might do it after that spin. He's got nothing to lose down there in 13th. He'd come out in 15th.
Do you know what? This is possible. This is possible if we end up with. I mean, looking at the spread of the field, we've probably got 2 laps under the safety car, so that would be lap 14 and 15. 6 laps or 7 laps under the soft. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's going to be 7, is it? 14, 15. No, it could be 6. Could be 6.
Colin stayed out.
Yeah, right, it's going to be 6 or 7, isn't it, at this
Brandon
point?
stayed out. Brandon stayed out. Come on, somebody.
I really want to see someone take the risk here.
This is where you need me and Phil in seniors to go onto the Inters. Here we go. Fretty's in.
And we've got,
Fretty's in. Come on, Fretty. Yes, get on the softs. Fretty's probably going to go to
What's Glassy going to do?
An old set of
Is
mediums.
Glassy going to do it? Glassy's gone on to the staying on the hards.
So
What's Clunky going to do?
We've got Cosmo in chat telling us that there's no way that you can take softs to the end. So I just really hope that Fretty proves you wrong, Cosmo, as he now goes on to the softs. It has put everybody stayed out. Is this? This could be the perfect move if there is another safety car. If there is another safety car within the next few laps on the restart, then Fretty's going to be in prime position because everybody else is going to pit for softs.
It's going to have such a pace advantage on people on 7-lap old, well, it'll be 8-lap old hard tyres by the time we restart.
He's going to have to take his time though on them because 14, so we've got 6, that's 8 laps. You know what this is? This is Fretty, a fellow commentator, understanding that we needed a bit of action to talk about.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it closes. The nice thing is, for us as spectators as well, it closes Brandon and Colin back up. And I tell you what, I said it before the race, I think Brent will get up there, because he's up there in the championship, even though I was proven wrong on that. Up into 3rd place. What a drive.
Yeah, Brent's having an awesome race. And Backer in 11th. Backer's got better pace than this as well. Definitely got better pace, race pace. He did say in the Aston Martin hospitality, aka the constructors chat channel, he did say that his qualifying pace was terrible, but he was really confident for the race, like race pace. So, yeah, we're going to see. Right, James, I'm going to leave you in charge for a minute because I need to just disappear for 1 second.
No problem. So, we got the 2 Mercs coming in 4th and 5th. Al up 10 places. We've got Brent up 12 places. Entity now up in 7th. He's up 9 places. We've got Maggot in 10th. So if he goes back 1 position, I've got my prediction right there. And we got Luke up to 6th. He's had quite a quiet race. See how he gets on now. See if he can push up and help Colin. And we got Backer in the pits. So he's, I imagine, going to put his softs on. And he's going to follow what Fretty's doing here. Let's have a look. He is going to the softs as well. So that's going to make him really racy to the end. And we know he's got some pace. So it'd be interesting to see what he can do. Have we got any predictions at all in chat? I'd like to know what you think, how this is going to turn out, and if you think Fretty and Backer can make up the places and keep those tyres on.
So I think I can hear my lead commentator coming back. We've
back.
got some interesting
We're
developments.
back. What's happened? What's happened?
Backer has pitted for soft tyres. So we've got two
no,
on the soft tyres
That's
now.
where I went. I actually ran down into the pit lane. I flagged him in, and I made him come in and pit for softs.
I thought the mechanic was a bit slow with the front right.
Yeah, he's a bit slow, and I tell you what, he's put a few pounds on as well. I'll tell you. I'm out of breath. I need a fag now. Right. So
It looks like he'd had a few too many gin and tonics.
yeah, all right. Well, they're quite low calories, you know. I'm on slimline tonics, not the old 175 calories a pint Stella, you know. Why? Well, I tell you what, when you get to my age, mate, you'll be drinking gin and tonics, save the calories too. Anyway, back to the racing. So we've got Fretty and Backer on the softs, and that's it.
Yeah.
Well,
And we're only going to have, it's going to be 6 laps to the end. By the time this safety car comes in, I imagine it will say it's coming in at any second. There it is.
which it does. There it goes. I'll tell you what, you've been here before, you have, haven't you? You know the drill.
It's not my first rodeo tonight.
Yeah, anyway, we'll leave that there.
Right, so we've got the question again, when does Colin go and can Brandon keep with him? Colin will be trying to catch him napping here. This is the battle for first in a race and what will be, I imagine, first in the championship.
Oh no! Brent's gone off! That is the second Red Bull that's gone off in front of us. Oh, Brent!
So what's he done?
Brent, what has happened there? Trying to warm up his tyres all of a sudden. Oh, and that's put Al into third place and Jetfish right behind him in fourth. So is there going to be any team orders here for the championship as we get back way under? Oh, Brent is going to be absolutely wounded.
Yeah, and I think
We've got Luke
the
in
confusion.
Yeah, Luke's really gone about his business quietly and got there. In the confusion, Colin looks like, because obviously he got the yellow flag, he didn't know when to go. So he didn't really do what he did last time and catch Brandon off guard, and Brandon's right behind him. Al's
Evil.
already dropped back,
Evil's picked up a 3-second penalty.
and Glassy's through on Maggot, and Maggot's been passed by Quinn as well.
Right, well, Maggot's in 11th.
He seems to be
so
running
if,
a lot
if,
more
if
wing.
the race froze now, you'd get it right.
Somehow I
there are
don't think that's going to
Here
happen with the
comes
soft
Fretty.
runners behind.
Yeah, here comes Fretty. And he's got amazing grip. But can he get through? I mean, this is such a hard track. You've got to get massive exit speed. Backer's just biding his time. They've got quite a few laps left in this, though. So Fretty's going to
And at the
look.
minute,
He's having a
it's,
look. Fretty's having a look. He's got past Maggot.
And there goes Backer as well, round the outside, very opportunistic, and he just had the grip on those soft tyres, and he's off as well. So we've got Colin and Brandon. It's an ERS game at the moment. Colin's
Yeah.
just got a few more percent
I think
at
as
the
long
moment.
as long as Brandon stays in the DRS zone. Although I've got to say, the DRS is really disappointing in this year's game. Because it's just
It feels quite weak
useless.
here, doesn't it? Yeah.
Oh,
And Colin fastest lap. Brandon's still within the DRS range. He'll be hoping to get dragged along. And we got Fretty right behind Quinn now. Backer following that.
I've got a theory, Jones. I've got a theory. I think Fretty's only gone onto the softs to get better coverage in the stream.
He does well. He must have loved his coverage last week so much that he's put the softs on.
Yeah. And boy, did he get some good coverage last week. If you've not seen it, go back in RPM's YouTube channel and watch the Premier Division from Silverstone last week. What a race, and what a defending. I'd call it a masterclass, but I'm not sure I'm qualified to judge. But as he's
I tell you
getting
what, though-
massive traction as he goes back, he's gone the outside of Quinn. Quinn breaks early. I think Quinn.
And Backer's looking to get involved. But I tell you what Blacker's doing here compared to Fretty is keeping his ERS 94% compared to Fretty at 54%. So Backer's playing the long game on it as well.
Yeah, and Quinn's a sensible driver. Very, very mature for his age. Quinn knows that he's a reserve in this division, so he's not going to battle beyond what's reasonable. So the two soft runners are up to 10th and 11th. They're coming up to your man, Glassy. And Glassy's got a right battle ahead of him with Giraffe and Evil Master. This race is shaping up to be absolutely great. Again, Premier Division.
And just always gets exciting towards the end. Just an update on the race up front. Colin has managed to gap Brandon out of the DRS, but similarly, Brandon's got a big gap to the two Mercedes, so he'll be just trying to damage limit the race here. And I'm guessing we'll see some more moves from the two soft runners this lap.
We might do with DRS enabled. Evil Master goes slightly wide, gets good traction. You can see the Evil.
And he's not out. He's just lost front wing.
No, that's not a rejoin. Oh, that's going to be tight.
And Maggot did very well to avoid that. Back to the battle. Well, that's Fretian's back it up one more position. Glassy's now effectively lost his slipstream. And Backer
where's Backer going? Oh,
he was trying to go around the outside. It's getting very tight. Backer's done this a few times. He's getting very opportunistic.
Oh no! Commentator's curse again. Oh my word! I'm going to get fired big time.
I mean, we've said it about 4 times about different drivers this race. And I imagine he's got some rear wing damage now. Yeah, it looks like it.
That's one thing that I can do. We've got no damage.
Oh, he got away with it.
No damage. He'll
be supremely disappointed with that.
Car. Fretty's up to 8th on those softs with Giraffe on the hards on 11 lap old hards. So Fretty is going to close in on Giraffe.
Yeah. I don't think he'll be getting a safety car though, unfortunately, for Backer this late.
Yeah, you can get one for another 2 laps.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah, I think you can get one. It needs 2 laps, so maybe 19 would still give one, but it would only give 1 lap. It wouldn't be the full benefit. Yeah, it wouldn't be the full benefit because it always has to come in with 2 laps to go. So, Fretty's making up good ground here. Luke's gone under the radar a little bit. I mean, Luke had a strange quali. Not quite where he wanted to be, but he's up to 5th, so that'll be great for Ferrari in the constructors. He's got Jetfish and Al in front of him. Jetfish is going to get DRS, but Al is not.
Evil Master.
Evil. 5 seconds. That's a DNF.
And he's retired.
There you go. Predictable. So Cosmo.
Which is strange because he can get points from 14th.
Cosmo got it wrong. He said 3 laps and it was 4.
Oh, and Glassy's back past Fretty.
Got yellow in sector 1. Oh, that's Evil retiring.
Yeah. So Glassy's back past Fretty, slowing down his charge through the field. And we're starting to get some gaps now. The closest is looking like
Entity and Luke.
Entity, and Giraffe. So the 2 Williams charging after that Ferrari. Entity's going to be.
Oh, Fretty's the closest.
Those tyres, imagine.
He's almost attached by tow rope to Glass's back end.
And Quinn's right on the back of this battle now as well.
Fretty's going to look to try and. Yeah, this was the Fretty show last week. It looks like, for different reasons, it's been the Fretty show again this week. Oh, he's got a great exit. He's not going to get it done on this straight, though, surely. The different tyres won't make a difference. We've got Sinful saying that in Mercedes there is no team orders. It's allowed to race. Well, thank you for that, Toto Sinful. So, Fretty's going to wait. He's going to wait till the straight, isn't he? But Glassy's not going to get. He's not going to get DRS off Giraffe. So,
but no, he'll get the exit here.
But Fretty's tyres will be going off now. So, it's Backer.
Puts in the fastest
lap. Yeah, I see what he's done.
And that's
there.
what's a shame for him because he was really a part of that race there and looks like he actually had the better pace than Fretty.
Here we go. I think Glassy's got less downforce because Fretty's using all his ERS. Oh!
And Quinn's got past him.
Quinn nearly pickpocketed. I don't know what happened there because he just sort
He
of.
would have had the double slipstream coming from. And Luke, Giraffe, Entity's packs Luke, and now Giraffe's right on the back of Luke as well.
So you
So
think?
he's under pressure.
So maybe depending on the setup, some of these drivers, their setup is causing their tyres to drop off. We've got Cosmo asking for tyre wear of Fretty, and I can tell you that Fretty's tyres. No, the Taz is giving me some quite strange.
Oh, we got a yellow flag.
yellow.
Fretty's off. This tyre wear will be bad now, I can tell you that much, Cosmo.
He's gone.
And here
So,
comes
yeah.
back at...
Tyres off the cliff. Off the cliff. Back to the battle, Luke and Entity and Giraffe. So the Williams, this is probably one of the best results that the Williams have had so far this season. So
Well, we were saying earlier, weren't we, that Entity's been a bit unlucky and he needs a bit of luck as well as Glassy, and if he can hold it together, it'd be a great finish for him up in
yeah,
fifth.
pleased for this. But those he's done 13 laps on those mediums as Luke takes it in seventh. So Luke
And Giraffe's right on the back of him.
Yeah, it's got to be. It's got to be. Luke was struggling there to take that in seventh, and Giraffe goes through. Is he going to kind of hold up Luke now just to make sure that his teammate is safe with only one lap to go? In the meantime, Brandon 2.3 seconds behind. So Colin will be pleased with the win, but Brandon will still be holding out for this championship lead if that's how they finish at the moment. I think Backer's got the fastest lap. Colin will obviously get a point for pole position, so there'd only be a 6-point gain for Colin on Brandon. We've got Quinn on the back of Glassy. I don't think Quinn's going to interfere with this because he's got 2.8 seconds behind him to Puggy. So I think the big battle that we've got here is between the teammates of Giraffe and Entity. I mean, Entity's tyres must be. Yeah, I think we do have the Taz glitch. In fact,
Yeah, and
we do
Jeffers
have
just
the
actually
Taz
drops back from Al a little bit here. Only 2 temps, but Al was holding his own. Yeah, and Luke's still staying with these Williams. I think obviously Entity's tyres are going to be really struggling at the moment. We come into the last lap and see if he can hold it together. We've got Colin going up through Eau Rouge for the last time. Brandon is just too far back this time to get the win from him.
You know what's coming here, Jones? Double slipstream from Luke.
Absolutely. And let's see how much he gains. Entity looked like he struggled through Eau Rouge there.
Yeah.
It's his teammate he's got to worry about more.
Am I going to go on board with him as he goes past? So Giraffe gets past. What's Luke going to do? Luke's having a little look. We will jump on
It
board
looks
with
like
the
those
leaders.
mediums have had enough now, doesn't it?
Yeah, but he's going to be pushing because he knows it's the last lap. So is he going to push that tiny bit too hard, or is he just going to... Oh, is he a bit of a slip? Luke goes... Oh, and Luke spins! Yeah, it's all right.
He
We
held
are
it
calm.
really well. It
Don't
looks
worry,
like he
folks.
could
Me and
have gone
James are
completely
always...
sideways.
Don't worry, me and James are always this calm. Yeah, I think... Do you know, the corner I think he's going to struggle with is the final exit onto the back straight. Oh, it's Luke! No, Luke's out! No! I can't believe it. We've done it again.
I think that's the 5th time tonight. I
It's the
think we'll
fifth
be
time.
doing
We're
our
not.
P45s.
We are not allowed to follow the racing as we jump on board with Colin, who comes
And do
through.
you know what's going to happen here, though?
We're going to get fired. Colin takes
No.
the win, first place, and Brandon comes home in second. We've got Al in third, Jetfish in fourth, Giraffe finishes a fantastic fifth for the Williams. 6th place also RPM Entity. He'll be really pleased with that as they cross turn 1 in formation. We've got Glassy. We said that Glassy was due for a good result. In 7th, Big Puggy, the reserve, who crashed the formation lap in the first event. In 8th place, we've got Quinn, also reserve in 9th. Maggot in 10th. So Jones's prediction is out by 1, but it's out by 1 the correct side. So Maggot will be pleased with that in 10th. Backer, he'll be disappointed with that in 11th, but I do think Backer did take the fastest lap as well. And we've got Fretty rounding out your finishers in 12th place. It looks like we've got the Dutchman Van Schack joining us in the chat, saying, come on, Mercs. Well, nice of you to join us, Shaq, just as we've finished. I'm sure the guys really needed that motivation for the last 8 seconds. Jones, what are your thoughts?
Absolute crazy race. Just kicked off at random times again. I thought Colin was brilliant, so was Brandon. They kept it consistent, got away from the field. Shame for the 2 soft runners. I was really expecting them to come through, but well done to the Williams tonight as well, because they really haven't had much luck and the best results so far this season. That's a really good one for them. Yeah,
really good race result for the Williams. So we'll have a quick check through the results. Shall we? Brandon always joins us for a bit of a chat. So do you want to invite the top 3 into the party? And we'll see. I mean, maybe Colin will join us as a one-off. I don't know. We'll see. But invite them all and I'll run through the results and then we'll see where we go. We got Colin in first, Brandon in second, Al in third, Jetfish in fourth, Giraffe in fifth, Entity in sixth, Glassy in seventh, Big Puggy in eighth. We got Quinn in ninth, Maggot in 10th, Backer in 11th, Fretwell in 12th, making up the final finishers. Very unfortunate DNF for Luke. We've got Evil Master, Brent, Ferg, Higgsy, Rickard and Andrew. So, while we have a look to see if we've got any drivers that are joining us, I did detect, I may be wrong, but I did detect that we'd got a certain RPM Colin joining us in the chat. Are you there, Colin?
Good evening, Spirits.
Mr. Bold, very, very, very pleasured. I feel like bowing having you for an after-race interview. Wow, that was a bit of a crazy race. Tell us about it, how it was for you.
I was happy right up until the first safety car. I knew it was going to cause another one, and Banter's pace was just ridiculous. I couldn't shake him off.
So was you trying to break that kind of DRS gap, or was you actually just sitting behind thinking you'll take it easy?
The first stint, I was checking out where I was quicker and where he was quicker, so I could work out where I could pass him. After that, on the safety cars, it was a case of dump my battery and see if I can get him out my DRS, because if he was in that, we were just going to be passing each other on the straight for fun.
And then it all changed. I knew you were coming in for the hards. I absolutely knew, because I thought Colin can take these right to the end. Was there a moment on that second safety car where you thought, shall I try and take the softs, or was that it? Had you decided no?
I was calculating it as an entrant. I was basically working out in my head as we were coming up to the pits, and they weren't going to make it. It wasn't worth it to come out into traffic and still try and catch back up.
What did you work out the softs to be able to do? Was it 6 or 7?
7% a lap the way I was driving.
Okay, yeah, I'd have took them loads longer than that.
No, if I had a clear track in front of me, yes, I would have. But I knew I had a lot of cars to pass. It wasn't going to be that easy.
Well, mate, honestly, awesome race. Congratulations on the win again. It looks like you've gained 6 points on Brandon in the championship. And I think that one race that you missed has made it fantastic for us guys, because we're all obviously now watching. And I think one mistake from either of you two guys is going to change the whole course of the rest of the season. What's your take on that?
Well, I was panicking the last 5 laps because I got 2 warnings in that second safety car restart. And I knew I couldn't get the 3 seconds to Banter, and it really is that close this season.
Yeah,
I'm
he's doing
worried
a
that one
fantastic
incident.
job, isn't he?
He's rapid and he's on a controller. That scares me. If he was on a wheel, I'd have no chance.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. Well, mate, congratulations and thank you ever so much for joining us in the chat for the interview. A great race result, and I can't wait for next week at Monza to see what happens there.
Thank you very
well done,
much.
Colin.
Cheers, Jones.
So we now move to our second place finisher, Banter Brandon, the single AirPod driver. Are you there, Banter Brandon?
Alright, yeah, I'm here.
Mate, honestly, fantastic race. Congratulations. I mean, how do you beat Colin? Tell me, how do you beat Colin?
Take him out, I think, is the only way, to be honest.
Yeah, but you know that's not within the rules. But you did great, mate. I mean, you were really keeping up with him all the way through. Did you have a plan? Did you think about, pitting under that second safety car? What were you thinking?
No, I just, I mean, even if I'm on my A game, and this guy's on his Z game, he's just so fast. No, the plan was to try and keep in DRS with him, but yeah, he's just too fast, and he knows how to pull away in a single lap, and yeah, he's just too fast for me, man.
And what about what Colin says about you being on a controller, and if you were on a wheel, you'd be so much faster? What do you think to that? Do you agree with that, or not for sure?
Yeah, I think if I did get a wheel, there's potential for more pace. Whether that pace is on par with Colin, I'd probably not. But yeah, I think getting a wheel would definitely help me improve.
Well, mate, awesome race, absolutely awesome. And Jones was rooting for you. Are you still there, Jones?
Yeah, absolutely. Like to see the McLaren boys doing well.
Have you got anything for Brandon before we finish?
I was just going to say, I apologise. We kind of put the curse of the commentator on your teammate there, and about 5 other drivers.
Yeah.
But yeah, how did you find it? Was I saw what I thought was a bit of an ERS games. You and Colin doing slightly different things. Did that come into mind at all, or were you just head down trying to catch?
Yeah, no, I was just full pelt trying to catch him, but yeah, that's a very hard task.
Yeah, it was, but a great race again. You two really setting it alight in the division tonight. Well, this year.
Well done, mate. Well done. Congratulations. And just one quick question: were you racing with one AirPod in?
I didn't have the AirPod in, but I had a headphone off so I could hear.
Okay, just so me and Jones know for next week, because Jones wants to send you some secret signals next time via comms.
No, after Colin
I knew
ran
that
away,
was going on.
Colin's still here, yeah, so you can't talk about him. He's still here. Well done, mate. Anyway, brilliant racing from you two. I don't know, have we got Al in the chat as well?
No, I don't think he joined.
He's probably still scraping that green paint off the side of his car. But anyway, we won't comment too much. So look, both of you, thank you ever so much for joining us in the stream.
Thanks, guys.
It makes a really nice end to the stream, and I'm sure when you watch it back, sorry for the glitch lobby. I don't know what happened there, but I blame Big Puggy, to be honest. We won't be letting him reserve again. Jones, any last words from you before we let these gentlemen get on with their evening?
No, just thanks for having me, and we'll see you next week.
Good. Okay, guys. Well, thank you very much. And that is the end of the stream for the Premier Division on round 8. We will be back next week. We're in Monza, the Richie's favourite circuit. So I'm sure Ferrari will be looking for a good performance next week. Thanks for watching. Sorry for the delay. We did get it back up and running as quick as we could. And we look forward to seeing you all again next week.